Hey guys, Reen here, and welcome to the first video of my new channel. Yay! I know I used to do some vlogs in the past, and some of you probably remember seeing those, but I stopped for a really long time, and I decided that I was ready to actually make a YouTube channel. And when thinking about it, I was like, okay, do I want to do video games? Do I want to do makeup tutorials? Do I want to just do vlogging? What do I want to do? Because I have so many passions and so many interests. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of everything. I'm going to post some music once in a while. I'm going to do vlogs more often than anything, probably. Sometimes talking about deep and controversial topics, and other times just lighthearted fun stuff. And I'm also going to be doing some makeup routines, and I don't know if I'd call them tutorials, because I wouldn't necessarily say I'm good enough to teach, but I will be doing some basic makeup videos, and maybe some other stuff too, maybe some drawing videos, something like that. We'll see, but for sure look forward to new content upcoming. And today's video, I wanted to talk about something relevant to what's currently going on in my life. And that is, I'm moving! And those of you who know me personally know that I have been living in a small town in southern Utah for the past 2 years. I previously lived in Salt Lake City, where I grew up and spent most of my last several years, except for the last 2 years when I've lived here. And I'm going back to Salt Lake City. So yay! Some of you will be excited to see me. The rest of you, sorry, don't stalk me, please. But, anyway, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about some of the pros and cons of living in a small town and my experience here, and what I've kind of learned to love and also learned to hate about living in rural areas. So, pro number one. People are friendly like crazy. And most people anyway. I mean, of course, there's going to be some jerks no matter where you go, and you're going to run into people that don't treat you the best, regardless of where you go, especially when you look like I do. But people here were surprisingly friendly when I moved here. It felt more like a community than it did just living among the masses. It felt like I was treated like an actual human being, and with respect and decency, regardless of if I was eccentric or different than everybody else. And it's nice, you know? It's nice that people are so friendly. But, on the other hand, con number one is that everyone knows you. Well, maybe not everyone, but you start to really have a reputation, and people know who you are, people know who other people are. It's impossible to know somebody in this town that doesn't know somebody else that you know. Like, everybody is interconnected. And to some people, that might be a good thing. That might be a pro for some people, but for me, it's a little bit unnerving. Don't get me wrong, it has its perks as well. It's nice to be able to go to the grocery store and be recognized by the employees and have them have a conversation with you and ask how you've been doing, as opposed to just ringing you out and beep, beep, get out of my line, you know? And the liquor store stopped IDing me because they just knew who I was. That's always nice. So it has its pros, but mostly it's a con, because it just feels like there is no sense of privacy. There's no sense of anonymity, which I appreciate greatly. It doesn't feel like that here. You know, it feels like anything I do, there's a high probability that somebody's going to find out about it, unless it's in the privacy of my own home. If you appreciate anonymity in your life, and you appreciate the ability to have some privacy, you probably don't want to live in a small town. Alright, pro number two. everything is close by and within walking distance. It's so nice. You know, it's like when I was living in the city, I would go and run errands, and sometimes it would take me a couple hours because I'd have to go clear across town. You know, there were things that were a half hour away from me that I'd have to drive to if I wanted to get them. Here, when I run my errands, it's a total of 20 to 30 minutes, and it's super convenient. You know, it's kind of nice that everything is just small and right here, and it feels homey. But con number 2 to go with that is there's nothing here. And variety is non-existent. You know, there's not much to do. When you're living in the city, you can go to coffee shops and sit and hang out. You can go walk around the mall. You can go clubbing at your local club. There are all kinds of things you can do when you live in the city. But here, the most you can do is go sit at the redneck bar that's super shady or go walk around town. There's not really anything to do here. And you want variety, it's just not there. And when you want something to do, you have to find something to do in your own house, which gets rather boring and leaves you feeling stagnant. Well, don't get me wrong, I liked it. There were a lot of things that I liked about living here. There were reasons to stay, for sure. Some of the friends that I made being one of those reasons. I did quickly make some new friends here. But also it's just quiet, and it's peaceful, and it's nice. There are good things about living here. But I realized after living here for a while that it just feels like another town. It doesn't feel like an escape from society, an escape from the city like I had hoped it would. It just feels like another city, but smaller and with less to do and less to entertain me. I missed my friends and family back home. I missed being able to go out and do things and to entertain myself and to have a good time. I definitely think that if you're young and you aren't starting a family or anything like that, and you still want to live and have fun and go out and do things and enjoy life, stay away from small towns. They're just going to drag you down and lessen your energy and make you feel stagnant and bored. But if you are, you know, starting a family, going to have kids, get married, or if you're retiring, check out small towns, for sure. They're quiet, they're peaceful, people are nice. They're just great places to live if you're looking to settle down and relax and spend most of your life at home taking care of your loved ones. If that's the lifestyle you're going to lead, it's definitely a good place to do that. So that's my general consensus on living in a small town. I hope it was informative for some of you, especially if you're thinking of moving to a small town. Maybe it will give you an honest approach to what it's like to actually live in a place like this. So go ahead and leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Look forward to more content upcoming in the near future. Probably even this week. I will be getting a better setup than the background of my crummy apartment eventually. I'll have some stuff set up to make it look nice, and I'll be doing better lighting, etc. eventually once I move back to the city. I just have limited resources here, so look forward to even better content in the future as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.